How how can one make the dua to be strong?
Let me start from the second question. How does our dua become strong? By following the shurut and adab of dua. The more you are closer to those manners of making dua. For example, one person is making dua while in wudu. The other one is making dua without wudu. All other things being equal. The one who has wudu, his dua is stronger than the one who does not have wudu. One person is making dua facing the Qibla. The other one is making the dua backing the Qibla. All other things being equal. The one who is facing the Qibla, his dua is more likely to be answered. It's stronger than the first one. The more you follow the manners connected to making dua, the stronger your dua. The more you follow the manners, the more you abstain from haram. One of the things that blocks the arrows of dua is what? Aklul haram. When you eat haram. So if you are engaged in eating haram on a scale of 10, 6%. The other one is on the scale of 10, 1%. Which person's dua is more likely to be answered? 1%. So all of these things affect our dua. You are making dua, you are pressing your phone. The Prophet told us that, alayhi salatu wasalam. He says, wa'lamu, go and understand. Anna Allah la yakbalu du'a'an min qalbin ghafilin lahin. Allah will not accept dua min qalbin ghafilin, from a mind that is disconnected from the dua you are making. You are begging Allah for something and your mind is not there. Lahin. The mind is distracted. Allah will not answer it. So if the other man's mind, his attention is on the dua, he faced the Qibla, he made wudu, is in the direction of Qibla. For women, she's not wearing hijab, she's lying down on her bed, she's making dua, no problem. Compare her to the one who stood up, sat down, faced the Qibla, raised her hands, and is making dua. Which of them is more likely to have a stronger dua? You see now. So the strength of the dua is a function of how much compliance you made with the conditions of dua, with the circumstance. For example, someone between the time of Asr and the time of Ghurub Shams on the day of Jummah is making dua with all the conditions in a masjid with another person who chose to make the dua at Isha on the same day. Which one is likely to have more acceptability? The one who is making it between Asr and Maghrib on the day of Jummah. Okay, between Asr and Maghrib on the day of Jummah, he is in Makkah in Masjidul Haram. Which one is more likely to have the dua accepted? Okay, he's at Arafah on the day of Arafah. He's making dua. You are in Nigeria, you are shouting Ya Rab, Ya Rab. He's in Arafah shouting Ya Rab, Ya Rab. All other things being equal, who is more likely to have his dua answered? So these things affect the strength and the weakness of your dua. The more you comply to all these things, the stronger your dua. The more you say, it doesn't matter, no problem, the weaker your dua becomes. I hope that it is clear. So if you have a very strong bala, you are making dua, you are pressing your phone, continue. You will just see the results. But if you are strong, you don't allow anything to distract you, or you wake up in the last third part of the night, you make wudu, you make qiyamul layl, you sit after qiyamul layl, no wife, no son, no daughter, you alone in your sujood. You say, Allah help me. You cry to Allah. Allah help me. Help me, Allah. I don't have anybody to run to. Help me. Help me. Wallahi, Allah will help you. And that's why I say to us, don't contract your dua to Afa Onijalabi. We always be saying it. You do it yourself. Cry to him, beg him. So all of these things affect the strength or the weakness. The other one is sleeping. From after Salatul Isha, she was browsing until 12 a.m. She slept at 12:30. How can she wake up at 4 a.m.? Is that one possible? Even when The husband is waking up for Salatul Fajr. That is at after 6. After 6 o'clock, Ummu stand up. So after Fajr, she now saying, Allah help me, Allah help me. If that bala is coming, if it is a strong one, it will push away this your dua. May Allah protect all of us.